I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. So I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace in the storm. In the storm. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. Yesterday, my computer froze during the Rooted Men's devotion, and today it froze during strengthening our roots. But luckily, I was able to shut it down and turn it back on again. Somebody give me a thumbs up. Tell me that you can see me and hear me before I continue. Do you have me? Do I have you? Come on. Come on. You're good. All right. Thank you, Glenn. All right. Good morning, Glenn. Good morning, Diane. Diane Giroux and Nikki say good morning. My cousin Dave Donnelly, Pastor G. Pastor Grigsby down at Firmly Rooted Greendale. Good morning. Steve Giroux, Glenn Saddam, Amanda McCormick, Vivian Davis, plus a number of others that have popped on. Good to have you on board. So you find me and Kimberly in the wonderful city called Traverse City. We were here a few months ago for a wedding, and one of the things that I've learned that Kimberly loves in the fall is to come up here during color changes and the leaves, and there is no disappointment. Our drive up was beautiful. I think it's the most vibrant colors that I've seen in my lifetime. So we're going to have some fun, just kind of riding our bikes and just looking at the fall colors, go through the tunnel of trees and let's see, we're going to be here for 2 or 3 days. Then we're going to go to Saugatuck, and then we're going to come back and be with all of you for our service on Sunday. So good to have you on board. We are and have been for a couple weeks now. Probably for some of you, painfully verse by verse going through the signs of the ends of the age. Remember that Jesus is answering a question. His disciples wanted to know, like, when is it going to happen that all these magnificent stones are going to just, like, no longer be standing? Like, can't even imagine what that is and what kind of terrible thing is going to happen. And Jesus begins to describe the wars and rumors of wars and false Christ coming and even brother betraying brother and children betraying parents. And it's a picture of us getting closer and closer. Describe it this way. Before sin, there was one kingdom. One kingdom. Then when sin took place, there's 2 kingdoms. And these 2 kingdoms are functioning, living, and breathing on this earth until Jesus comes back again. Then there's going to be this conflict between the 2 kingdoms, and there's going to be this warring of the 2 kingdoms, which takes you to Revelation, right? That the things are going to get more and more hostile because God is renting. He is separating those 2 kingdoms because one is going to be destroyed and a new heaven and a new earth is going to be created for the other. So just imagine, right? If you're beginning to dismantle what you first created, God, so that you can create a new kingdom that isn't tainted by sin, as you begin to pull those apart and as you begin to try to declare to your children on earth that it's happening, these kind of things are going to take place. And there's going to be demonic influences and angelic influences, as well as God just speaking out a message that the kingdom of this world is not going to last. It's not to be lived for. You can live in it, but we're just visitors here, right? And so he talks about, yesterday we talked about the wonderful verse of the abomination that causes desolation. And, you know, I would wanted to switch that with Pastor G, since he always has the graphics and everything in his message. He could have done a great job in describing that, but the abomination that causes desolation, when it gets so bad that God acts in a powerful way. Tower of Babel, the flood, the destruction of Jerusalem under King Nebuchadnezzar, 70 AD, a pig being sacrificed on the Jewish altar, and then the destruction of the whole city. None of that comes close, but it's all pictures of the abomination that causes desolation, something that is so sacrilegious. Revelation would call it the Antichrist, that an Antichrist spirit will rise, someone who's going to be an imitator of Jesus, but is no way an imitator, right? He appears, he has this perception, or let's call it deception, because the people are deluded. And he talks about when you see the abomination that causes desolation standing where it does not belong, right? It doesn't belong in the church. It doesn't belong where it is. You expect it over there, but not over here, but now it's over here. Let the reader understand, then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let no one on the roof of his house go down or enter the house to take anything out. He's talking about immediacy. The immediacy, it's happening. It's happening. That there are going to be times when the kingdom of this world is going to try to swallow the church, is going to come in and try to destroy it. It happened during the Roman Empire. The Christians were hiding in the catacombs. It happens right now today in China. At one moment, about 2 decades ago, they let the church rise up, but now the church has gotten too powerful, so now they're trying to squelch the church. They're destroying churches. They're tearing down the church, and people are in hiding, right? It is the church to be aware and awakened as to what needs to happen as you're discerning the times. Don't go back. There's nothing in the kingdom of this world that you need. When this occurs, the abomination that causes desolation, don't be like Lot's wife who looks back. Don't be like those people invited to the king's son's wedding, and they're saying, nah, I can't. No, I got to take care of this business. I got to take care of this. No. There is no time. You need to get out. You need to move. You need to move towards the kingdom of God. You need to move towards the people of the kingdom of God, and you've got to regather and regroup. You see it in Revelation. It's exactly what he is describing, is that we need to watch the times. And oftentimes, our job is not to fix the times, it's to react to it, right? There are certain things that God's going to do that we cannot stop. They're going to happen, right? That we just think that we can keep shoring this up. And Christians, I don't know if our job is to shore things up and make this world better. Our job is to step into this world and redeem people out of it. We're a rescue ship. We go in only to save individuals. We don't go in to try to save our homes, try to save our cars, try to save our possessions. That stuff's done. They're not going to exist. We can't take it with us. And so Jesus is telling us that we need to grow. How am I going to put this? How about this? We growingly should have an indifference for the things of this world. Do I like my house? Much. How much does it matter to me? Not that much. My car? No. That's why I don't have new ones. That we should growingly have an indifference to the things of the kingdom of this world, because they are fickle and they come and go, and ultimately, as Jesus returns, we're getting closer and closer to the end times, there is going to be severing of those two kingdoms, hostility between those two kingdoms, and we had better be able to say, okay, I recognize it, I'm moving this way. I think I'll leave it at that. There's so much more I could say, but I hope that point gets across. The angel told Lot and his wife, do not look back. But she must have had an affinity. There's something about her spirit that she had an affinity to that sinful city. And she turned into a pillar of salt. It's just a sign. It's just a symbol for us that nothing in the kingdom of this world can matter more than Jesus, who is actually the king of a new kingdom that he's made us sons and daughters of. Nothing in the kingdom of this world can matter more than that. All right. I hope that this devotion was a blessing to you. I'll see some of you at 9 o'clock for prayer. Have a great day. Make it a firmly rooted day. And may someone see Jesus in us today. Peace.